Could you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yes, sure. My name's Mandy. I'm one of the therapy team members. I'm one of, in fact, 3 occupational therapists who are here at Family Futures. We've all got a sensory integration training. My background is in occupational therapy, and I have about 30 years experience working. My first part of my career was working in adult mental health in acute and long stay areas, and then I worked on physical disability. So what's really great about working here is being able to bring those two very much together, and working specifically with children is very exciting.
And what does your role here involve?
As an occupational therapist, we very much focus on the sensory integration element of our work. So the OT's role is to identify sensory difficulties and functional difficulties in everyday living, and to provide support to the other team members in strategies that they can use. And also we provide actual sensory integration intervention here in our gym, which we've partially set up for the video. And that involves seeing a child individually, or actually generally with a parent, and sometimes with the therapist, depending on what their needs are. And our therapeutic intervention is very much play-based and looking at the child's development and their sensory development.
And what does it feel like to be part of the Family Futures team?
Well, it is an amazing experience here, like no other really, because it is a truly interdisciplinary team where we work very closely together. And I do feel that we all respect each other's individual professions, but we also have a generic role. And we just work very closely together, and I feel that there's a lot of mutual respect and support amongst the team members, which is very different to what I've experienced in multidisciplinary work before. And we have to work, in really tricky situations sometimes, and really trust the other person, and they have to really trust you. And that's been amazing. It is an amazing experience to be here, and I think quite unique.
So what makes Family Futures a great organisation to work for?
I think the level of support that we have as individual practitioners to do our work, and that the whole management structure is very much set up with the staff's well-being in mind, which I think working with very traumatised children and I think quite traumatised parents who have had quite a tricky journey to get here and haven't necessarily had a positive experience with other professionals. So we're working in quite a challenging environment, I feel, quite a lot of the time, and so our well-being, what's important to us, how to support us, for us to feel able to do our job, I think is really, really important element of what is provided here. And again, I think it's reasonably unique actually. So it's a good place to work.
And what would you say to someone who's been newly appointed?
Well, I would say there is a huge learning curve. I'd actually say it's pretty vertical. And for you to know that we've all been there. It's not like we come in, we know everything, not at all. It's not like that. And I would say all of the therapy team would say that they're learning. Every day we're learning. So, just don't feel overwhelmed, because there's always someone to talk to. And I think, you can feel overwhelmed by the timesheet. It is so fine to feel overwhelmed by the timesheet. Just things like that, you think, oh my God, I can't do this. But, some things, it's like new procedures wherever you work, take time. And I remember Jay telling me it actually takes about 2 years to really settle in and really understand the whole of family future. So just take your time, relax, and do talk and do share, and really use your supervision. You know, if you're struggling, it is so fine to struggle and to talk about it. I think that is one of the wonderful things about this organisation. You can share your difficulties, your problems, and there is a listening ear, and people are always wanting to problem solve and help you and support you. So, you know, you've been chosen for a reason. It was a really tricky interview, and Family Futures wants you. So, you know, just remember that.